Hi gentlemen. Okay, this time I'm going to show you how to make a trend graph. Alright, so this one should be pretty easy. We have to add a new type of formula, but it shouldn't be too hard. So first of all, let's go to our spending journal. Alright, first is we're going to use the date column and the amounts column. We're going to transfer that over to a new worksheet, and it's just a copy paste function. Pretty simple. So go ahead and add a new sheet, and this one can be before the monthly budget or after, it's up to you. But rename this as trend graph, okay? And next what we're going to do is just kind of click on the A column and copy that, trend graph. Okay, we're just going to paste that over there. Spending journal, amounts column, copy that, paste it over here. Okay, so this should be the same information, right? And because we're actually looking at the trend, all right, we're gonna have to do one more calculation. So go ahead and make a new column, trending increase. Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do here is we're going to, we want to make a graph that's going to show us where we spent the most amount of money, right? Like if it was on a weekend, or if it was maybe whenever we're hanging out with a specific group of people, right? And then we're also going to see the actual trend and see if it, like how fast, what areas it was increasing fastest. Okay, so what we're going to do first is this cell here is just going to be this amount, right? We're going to start with the base amount, okay? So that's always going to be the same, and might as well make the whole column money so that it shows correctly. Okay, now the second column is actually going to be the sum of from here to here, and each one is going to be the same thing. We're going to look at the sum, the continual sum, or the gradual increase each day or each expense. Okay, so we're going to do sum, and it tells you right here what you need to do is, so like range, or sorry, the number to number, sorry, they're just showing the range, right? So sum, open parentheses, okay. Alright, so obviously 450 plus 150, right, is $6, so it worked. Okay, so now usually if we want to just copy a formula down, usually we just go to the bottom corner of the box, right? You click and you drag down. But we can't do that for this one, because if we did, right, the formula is not going to work, because this one's just going to add these two amounts. Next one, right, these two amounts. So it's not going to work for our graph. So what we got to do is actually change this formula to where we're going to say that this first cell, where it's going to start adding, it's going to stay here at B2, right, at the first amount. Okay, so what we do to do that is you add dollar signs, and I don't know why they use dollar signs, okay, but dollar signs means that this first cell, right, in the range is going to stay at B2. Okay, now if we click enter, right, and then we copy it down, it should gradually get more and more, and eventually, right, add up to be, this should be what we're looking for. Okay, add up to be the total amount. Okay. Okay, make sure you go all the way down to your final date. Okay, so now this one, you can check it too. You can say, okay, so let's look at this one, $531.25. Okay, if we check that, we can go over here, spending journal, and let's look at all of these things. So we could, if we wanted to, do a sum formula, right? We could say the sum of all these numbers. Okay, did that, 531.25, right? So that's a simple formula, right? Sum, adding it up. Okay, and or you could just highlight all of these cells. Okay, and a cool thing about Google Docs is it tells you the sum right down here in this bottom corner. Okay, so in other words, it did it right. Okay, so our trend graph is here. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is actually make our chart. So this is pretty easy. You highlight from the date, okay, down to your final amount. All right, and you would obviously use all the way down to the final amount. I'm just going to go up to where it adds up to the end. Okay, and then you go insert, chart, and it's actually going to select one for you, whichever one is the best one, right? And it's actually chosen the trend chart here, okay, the timeline, right? So it's going to show you your daily amounts, right, where they were, which ones were highest, okay, and in comparison to others, okay, and it's also going to show you your trending increase, okay. So it shows you total overall went from the first day up into the end, 523, right, 75 cents, and that's the actual overall increase from the very beginning. Okay, so if you look at this, the steeper the increase, right, the more money you spent over those days. So if we looked at this, the 24th through the 27th, right, or maybe it's the 24th to 25th, 26th, right, if we look at that day, maybe it's the weekend, right, or maybe it's the days, oh, we were hanging out with a group of friends that day, or maybe I took my girlfriend out and, you know, spent a whole lot of money on her just over a couple days. Okay, so this will help you in answering your analysis questions. Okay, so that's how you make your trend chart, trend graph. Press insert, and it's over here. Okay, so you just have to click, drag it to the side, and you're done for the trend graph.